Welcome to Xavier Center of Historical Research, to the inauguration of Angelo de Fonseca's Indian Madonna, an exhibition of selected paintings. We have gathered here for this exhibition of these selected paintings, where we will see and live along with these paintings painted by Goa's greatest artist, Angelo de Fonseca. And it is on the occasion of the 120th birth anniversary of Angelo de Fonseca that 30 plus invited school students from Goa have already painted a tribute to Goa's greatest artist on the theme Mother. My dear friends, school children, parents, teachers, especially the school children who have put in a great effort, thanks to our curator, Dr. Savia Vegas, who had ample of sessions with these 30 young students, young budding artists, where she brought in ideas to them, gave them a new vision to come out with the concept of Mother to pay an honorable tribute to Angelo de Fonseca. As we have welcomed the August gathering present here, you especially, which makes the occasion special, I now like to invite on the days our chief guest for today, who is the assistant to the provincial of the Goa province, Father Joseph Cardozo, along with the director of Xavier Center of Historical Research, Father Anthony da Silva, and also the curator of this exhibition, Dr. Savia Vegas. Please give them a big hand. To have an exhibition in a very esteemed honor of Goa's greatest artist, Angelo de Fonseca, the man who was behind this to get this exhibition executed and to come to this day for all of us to witness the paintings live to us of Angelo de Fonseca. I now like to invite the director of Xavier Center of Historical Research, Father Anthony da Silva, to address the gathering.
Honorable Chief Guest, Father Joseph Cardozo, and all of you friends and supporters of Xavier Center who have taken trouble to come out here this afternoon. In a special way, I want to also acknowledge the presence here of these young children artists who have been working with us for the last several weeks with Dr. Savia Villegas. They have been coming here for workshops until finally they have produced their own piece of art, which you will be able to see a little later. So I'm very glad that we have this gathering whereby we honor not only this great artist, we do indeed, his 120th birthday, but also these new budding artists from Goa and other parts of India who happen to be in Goa. So this enables us to carry forward the legacy of Angelo de Fonseca. We not only exhibit these paintings of his, the past, but we also have an opportunity to show you what the children of Goa dream about when they think of Mother, how it comes across to them, across different traditions, different religions, different cultures, different language groups. We heard them speak when they were doing their painting and drawings here. So this has been an enriching experience for us at this center. This is a center for higher education. Normally we don't see such young children running around these corridors and sitting in our classrooms. But I must say, this has inspired us to see these young children doing this work and it's a great promise for us in the world of academics that there is a future that is very bright. And so I really like to acknowledge and thank these young children, and I'd like you to give them your hand, an ovation, because they deserve it. I want to say a word about our chief guest, Father Joseph Cardozo. As was said by the administrator, Father Malcolm, he's the assistant provincial. In Jesuit parlance and in Jesuit governance, it's a very responsible position that he holds. As some said, they expected to see a gray-haired person. I said to them, the gray-haired person is here, not there. But he's a very young Jesuit, very talented. He's working on his PhD presently in spirituality. But he also has this rich background in spirituality and psychology. And so I thought to myself, here is a person who will appreciate what these young children are trying to say through their paintings. He will be in a position to interpret some of their hidden yearnings that come out on paper or on the canvas. And so for that reason, I thought Father Joseph would be a fitting guest of honor this evening. I'm grateful to him that he accepted our invitation and made time to come here. I know he's a busy man and he has many things on his schedule, but thank you very much, Father Joseph, that you are with us. I'd also like to thank our curator. You might think this is premature. I'm thanking the curator before we open the exhibition, but I may not have another opportunity in the presence of parents, teachers, school children, and so on, to say a deep word of thanks to Dr. Savia. She was really the inspiration behind this exhibition. I must confess, we are not so experienced in the world of art here. We are historians and social scientists, but she brought in another angle to this, the angle of creativity, aesthetics, appreciation for colors, and so on. And she also said to me right from the beginning, don't worry, the children will produce great things. And I was worried, I must confess. But now when I look, I can see that indeed they have produced great things, thanks to her inspiration and thanks to her commitment and hard work that she put in together with her husband, Anup. So thank you very much to you too. Having said these few words, I'd like you to enjoy this evening. This is our great pleasure at Xavier Center when we see you, new faces, old and young, come up. I'm sorry we made you climb so many stairs. We don't as yet have an elevator here. But nevertheless, you came right up here, and now we will have to go down to the middle floor after a while. But enjoy the evening and enjoy the paintings of Angelo da Fonseca. They are rich. They are unexplored, I think, and you might come up with new interpretations of what this great artist was trying to say in his times. Remember always, he is a product of the independence struggle of India. So he's a product of the 30s and 40s and 50s of India. And the India of that time was an India that was dreaming great dreams for its people. He tried to capture some of that. And so today we live many, many decades later, and we might not quite understand sometimes what he was trying to say. But I hope when you look at these pictures closely, you will find inspiration both for yourself and for our country. I thank you, all of you, for having taken trouble to come. And please inform your friends and your neighbors and others whom you may know that this exhibition will be on for another 2 or 3 months until March 31. So they are very welcome to come and see these paintings over and over again. We'd be very happy to welcome you. So thank you very much and enjoy the evening with us.
Thank you very much, Father Tony. For every exhibition, especially like ours, with regards to the paintings of Angelo da Fonseca, we would always need encouragement and support. and now invite the chief guest of today, Father Joseph Cardozo, to give words of wisdom and to address the gathering. I call upon Father Joseph.
My dear friends, we have gathered over here at Xavier Center of Historical Research to commemorate the 120th birth anniversary of Goan artist Angelo da Fonseca. The pioneering, legendary Goan Catholic artist of Indian Christian paintings, Angelo da Fonseca was born in the year 1902 in Goa and died in the year 1967 in Pune. As we speak about Fonseca, we also keep in our mind that he was an ex-student of the Jesuit institutions, namely that of St. Paul's in Belgaum and St. Vincent's in Pune. He is an artist who through his artwork lives forever. And 75 of Angelo da Fonseca's works will also be on display at the exhibition. Friends, his artwork has a wider appeal, not only to the Christians, but also to people of all faiths, creed, and customs. The Xavier Center that we are here now at has adopted a unique approach to familiarize our new generation of children, as we see them over here, with Fonseca and his artwork. Nevertheless, the desire of the Xavier Center is that through the children to appeal to a wider public to appreciate the Fonseca's works. Friends, Xavier Center, as I was here last year, spending my time as superior of the community, is committed to bringing Fonseca to the people of India. Exhibitions are foreseen in Mumbai, Pune, and other venues in Goa. The Xavier Center has planned a series of activities to mark the half-centennial year of his death. The exhibits that you and I will see today, December the 6th, will focus on Indian Madonna, an exhibition of selected paintings which will be on display till the 31st of March 2023. As I am delighted to be here, I'm sure you too are delighted to be over here. I wish you a pleasant evening. Thank you, and may God bless each one of us.
Thank you, Father Joseph, for those words of wisdom and encouragement. Behind every successful man, there's a saying, there's always a woman. But behind every successful Jesuit art exhibition, there's a greater woman. The woman is an artist, fiction writer, academician, the one who's the brainchild of this very exhibition since 2011. This person who I'm talking about is none other than Dr. Savia Vegas. She has spent a whole lot of time in preparing these children for this great event. Also, lending her hands for this exhibition, she has meticulously worked hard to bring this exhibition, which you're going to witness, will be a great success. Without further ado, I now invite Dr. Savia Vegas to speak her words of wisdom.
Father Joseph, Father Tony, Ani Mogan Ishtando. I'm standing next to Konkani Kendra. So kiden tor Konkanin Murong Zai. It's a great pleasure to be with you and to have worked with young children to offer a birthday tribute to Angelo da Fonseca. It is only when young Goa meets old Goa can we have a new kind of interaction. Angelo da Fonseca said that he had painted the Virgin Mother in all her aspects, as a daughter of the aged Santana, to the Mother of Jesus Christ, to the mediatrix of all graces. Ivy Fonseca, his wife, said Angelo had a certain penchant for the mother figure because when he was 10 years old, he lost his biological mother and grew up in the company of his 4 older sisters. You have to remember that he was the last of 17 children. So as such, he spent a lot of time in the kitchen with the sisters and the cooks. But Angelo's greatness was manifest when his father fell ill and the medics were invited to treat him. So Angelo went to the corner, he was a young boy at that time, and quickly drew a picture of the chief medic, which was supposed to have been a work of great value, but unfortunately today it is lost. If you follow the trail of Angelo de Fonseca's Madonna, many things become manifest. One is that Angelo de Fonseca paints from memory. The second is that many faces of women in his family and working class women of the street cultures of Pune come into his paintings as the Madonna. However, in public space, Angelo always made the admission that he never painted from watching a model, but he prayed before starting a painting, and that was how he was inspired. This was also a line well quoted of Fra Angelico, the famous Italian medieval painter and muralist. However, I think this introduction to Fra Angelico for Angelo de Fonseca was made by a very important Christian figure, Bishop Celso Constantini. Bishop Celso Constantini, who was the founder and editor of Arte Christiana, used to write personal letters to Angelo de Fonseca. So at one time, he sent him articles on Fra Angelico and said, "You have to follow the art of this painter." He was truly a Christian painter. So it does not stop here, but Angelo de Fonseca was introduced to Celso Constantini by none other than Father Heras, Henry Heras, in 1938. Henry Heras came to meet Angelo de Fonseca, who was living at the CPSS ashram in Pune, and over tea, they bonded, and what became a lasting relationship. But this relationship was not an innocent one. Things were happening in Europe, and things were happening in India. Europe was on the cusp of a Second World War. The First World War had ended, devastating the best of Europe. And Europe was afraid. So were the papal sources that if this could happen to Jews, after decolonization, what would happen to decolonized Asia? So there was a whole move to create a new pattern of interaction between new Catholics in the colonies and their religion and their visual imagery. So very important role was played by Father Henry Heras and Bishop, later Cardinal Celso Constantini, who, like Father Heras, was an artist, was a sculptor, was a historian, was an architect, and was a writer. So he played an important role in bridging the road between Asia and the Vatican for Angelo de Fonseca. Angelo de Fonseca's work can be divided into 3 periods. The first phase is from 1931 to 1948. After that, Fonseca spends 2 years in Europe, and when he returns, there is a great deal of maturation and change in his images. So therefore, 1950 to 1957 is treated as a new phase, because not only does he take a new baptism in Europe, but he comes back, falls in love, gets married, and has a daughter in 1957. These changes, personal changes, bring a lot of change in his artwork. The second important feature during the second phase, that is the middle phase from 1950 to 57, is that 1954 is declared as the International Marian Year. And that is a year he gets a lot of commissions for the mother and child images all over Europe, because Europe has been through the Second World War and is looking for positive images, and they feel that the future of Christianity is perhaps in Asia, where there is a purity of image and the figure, unlike in Europe, has not broken down into surrealism, has not broken down by new art forms like Dadaism and Surrealism. The third phase, which I consider his most mature phase, is from 1958 to 1967 when he dies. So the exhibition takes you chronologically from his first image of Geeta Roy in 1931 to his last images in 1967. I would like to tell you that there are very important influences on his work. The first influence is, of course, of Abanindranath Tagore. There is a painting which is exhibited now which is called Spring. Spring actually takes off almost from Siddhis of the upper air, painted by Abanindranath Tagore. Then there is also an Islamic painter whose work influences Angelo de Fonseca greatly. From him, he takes a lot of influences of Mughal miniatures. But the entire work, Angelo Fonseca's work, follows the Mughal miniaturist tradition largely, because most of his works are watercolors or gouache, and most of them are small. There's another European painter, Catholic painter from Britain, whose work influenced him, Eric Gill. You will see a lot of black and white paintings which are a direct takeoff from Eric Gill. Gill also painted a lot of religious imagery, but then was very popular in his time, but then came into some problematics. Similarly, the work of Jamini Roy influenced Angelo Fonseca. But he always says, I am a Shishya of Shanti Niketan. I am a follower of the Bengal school of revivalism in art. Okay, so with that, I will like to close my little talk, because today I think you should enjoy Fonseca. Thank you very much for this opportunity, Father Tony, to have touched again the originals of Angelo de Fonseca. And may he live in the heart of Goans. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Savia Vegas. As our students who have participated in painting a tribute to Goa's greatest painter, Angelo de Fonseca, their hard work brings us a lot of joy and delight, and I'm sure you will have the opportunity to see those paintings. Having said that, we will have the prize distribution in 3 select categories for the first prize, second prize, and third prize in honor and tribute to Angelo de Fonseca. I would like to introduce the judges for today. I'm sure you have found these paintings very fascinating, very real, very beautiful. I'd like to introduce first Dr. Anjali Montero and KP Jayashankar. They are both filmmakers and also belonging to Tata Institute of Social Sciences. They have worked there as filmmakers. So Dr. Anjali Montero and KP Jayashankar. We also have Joe Shimre and Ms. Bonita Shimre. Now, Ms. Bonita Shimre is the art director of HarperCollins, Delhi, and Joe Shimre is an independent graphic artist. I now call upon all these four judges, namely Dr. Anjali Montero, KP Jaishankar, Joe Shimre, and Bonita Shimre.
First of all, on behalf of all of us, I'd like to thank you for this wonderful opportunity for judging, for having given us the time and space to look at all these wonderful paintings that the children have done and to judge them. It's always very difficult to judge something when each painting has such a unique vision. The way they look at nature, one sees so many different themes actually coming out from each one of those paintings. Some of them draw inspiration from folk art tradition. Some of them you can see have been inspired by Angelo de Fonseca, and some are really very unique, in their vision. So when you have such a diversity of visions, points of view, ways of seeing, ways of understanding, ways of expressing, it's really very difficult to judge. So I think first of all, we'd like to congratulate each and every one of you. Please give a big hand to all the student artists, because if you really ask us, each one of you deserves a prize. Nevertheless, we had this difficult task of choosing a few prize winners. So I'll pass it on to Bonita and she will declare the names that we have chosen.
Thank you, Savya. It's a deeply moving experience. So we have more than 3 prizes. I'm sorry, it was very difficult to choose. And I'll start with the special mentions. There's Aditi Rane from the Holy Family High School. There's Akshat Rane Sardesai from Gyan Vikas School. Daksh Chodankar from Lutz Convent High School. And now for the 3 prizes. I'll start with the 3rd prize. It's Aparna Pal from Holy Family. We have 2 second prizes. There's Swara Kerkar of GS Amonkar Vidya Mandir. Harsh Kandekar of Sanjay School. Ronak Bolwaikar of Mushtifand High School is the first prize. Sorry, Ronak Bolwaikar of Mushtifand High School is our winner for today.
I think it would be nice if they could mention their names and say 1 or 2 lines about what they did. Yeah? So.
I'm Aparna Pal from Holy Family High School. I just like art and I just like painting to do. I just try some paintings in my old book, like my rough book, and I try something to do creativity. So I like art.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Ronak Ulvegar, and my drawing was inspired by Angelo de Fonseca. It shows Earth controlled by Mother. It can also be called as Earth Mother. Thank you.
My name is Harsh Kandlaga. My school name is Sanjay. Sanjay Center. Yeah.
My name is Swara Kerkar and I am from JS Amarkar Vidya Mandir, Goa. I like painting, it is my hobby.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Daksh Chodankar from Lourdes Convent High School. I like sketches and paintings. This was the first time for me to draw on canvas. It was a new experience. And I'm glad to be here. Thank you.
Good evening, I'm Aditi Rane from Holy Family High School. I love painting.
Yeah, I would like to call upon our chief guest for today, Father Joseph Cardozo, along with Father Tony, to hand over the prizes to our winners. In the third place, Aparna Pal of Holy Family High School. Please give her a big hand. In tied for second place, Swara Kerkar of GS Amonkar Vidya Mandir and Harsh Kandolkar of Sanjay School. Please give them a big round of applause. And for the first prize, in honor of the tribute to Angelo de Fonseca, we have Ronak Volvoikar of Mushtifan High School. I would like to request Scholastic Noel to give our judges a token. I would like to propose the vote of thanks for today before we move to the inauguration of the exhibition. On behalf of Xavier Center of Historical Research, I would like to thank the chief guest of today, Father Joseph Cardozo, for gracing this occasion, this exhibition of Angelo de Fonseca. Thank you very much. Please give me a round of applause. I would like to thank our judges for today, Dr. Anjali Montero, KP Jaishankar, Bonita Vas Shimre, and Joe Shimre. Thank you for making this event a better one. Thank you very much. I would like to thank our director, Father Anthony Da Silva, for making this exhibition a grand success. Thank you, Father Tony. I would like to also thank Dr. Savya Vegas, who is the brainchild of this exhibition, who has curated so well, and along with the husband, Anup, who has been there all the time. So thank you very much. And all of those who have put in their hands here to make this event a successful one, especially to the sound, our Liquor Sound, CCR TV, and all those who have helped us, especially our Jesuit brothers. So thank you very much. And now we will slowly move to the inauguration of the exhibition, where I would request first Father Tony to escort Father Joseph Cardozo for the inauguration of the exhibition.
Yeah, would you like to sing again? Please sing again.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.